There is one shift in your behavior, one move you make only once, and suddenly no one dares to disrespect you again. Most people never realize this, but disrespect doesn't start loudly. It starts quietly. Subtle jokes, small interruptions, tiny dismissals. And because you don't react, people push further. Here's the uncomfortable truth. People treat you based on what you allow. In psychology, this is called behavior shaping. If you tolerate small violations, you train them to escalate. But when you make this one shift, everything flips instantly. And the same people who ignored you suddenly watch their tone. Humans test each other. They do it unconsciously, automatically, instinctively. Psychologists call this boundary probing. It's the mind's way of figuring out who is confident and who is easy to control. When someone interrupts you, when someone talks over you, when someone mocks you in front of others, they're not just being rude, they're gathering data. And here's what most people never realize. If you stay silent, if you laugh it off, if you brush it away, their brain labels you as someone who won't fight back. And once that label is created, disrespect becomes a habit. Not because they hate you, but because their mind thinks you're safe to push. People don't detect weakness through big actions. They detect it through micro behaviors. The quick, nervous laugh, the rushed apology, the constant over-explaining, the way you talk too fast when defending yourself. Psychologists call this the submission cue cluster. It's a pattern of small signals that reveal insecurity. Manipulators, narcissists, and dominant personalities can sense these cues instantly. They don't do it logically. Their nervous system reads it automatically. And once they detect it, they know they can disrespect you without consequences. This behavior reveals more than you think. It tells people, you can push me, I won't fight back. I need your approval. That's why most people never escape the cycle. But here's where everything changes. The most powerful move you can make, the move that instantly resets your social identity, is calm, controlled, non-reactive action. Not anger, not confrontation, not arguing, just silence, stillness, eye contact, and emotional neutrality. In psychology, this is known as gray rocking, but in dominant studies, it's simply called power composure. Why is it so effective? Because disrespect relies on a reaction. It feeds on your emotional response. When you don't give it, the person loses control of the interaction instantly. Here's the part people never expect. Narcissists cannot handle someone who doesn't react. Manipulators feel exposed. Insecure people feel embarrassed. Your silence forces them to see themselves, and that is their biggest fear. Imagine someone tries to embarrass you in a group. They make a joke at your expense. Everyone looks at you. Most people would laugh nervously, explain themselves, or snap back emotionally, but you do none of that. You look at them, calm, neutral, silent. You let the moment breathe. Suddenly, energy shifts. They expected amusement or defensiveness. They got a mirror. The group feels the tension. The person who made the joke feels it the most. Because your silence sends a message. I'm not playing this game, and you know it. This is the moment people remember. You didn't fight. You didn't defend. You simply refused to participate, and that destroys the disrespect at its root. After you do this once, people start behaving differently around you. Here's why. Your non-reaction breaks the cycle of approval seeking. It rewrites your social identity. You're no longer the one who laughs it off. You become the one who doesn't tolerate disrespect. And humans adapt fast. They pause before making jokes. They watch their tone. They think twice before pushing, not because you threatened them, but because you established psychological authority. Psychologists call this earned respect recalibration. It happens when someone unexpectedly shows strength. The truth is simple. Once people realize you don't play the approval game, they stop trying to win control over you. You become unpredictable, and unpredictability is power. Most people never realize how quickly social perception changes. But if you do this once, just once, no one will ever disrespect you the same way again.